Hey, welcome back everybody. My name is Junior. Welcome back to my channel, Amuse Jester. Today we are going to be looking into the Batman The Ultimate Movie Collection from McFarlane Toys. I actually received this a couple of weeks ago, but I was been so busy, and I've been kind of disheartened and dispirited by McFarlane's releases and their price points that I'm kind of weaning myself off of McFarlane. But whenever it does come out with a lot of stuff that I am excited for, I'll go ahead and do some reviews of what they have. So this is the 5-pack um, that has all the movie collection. We obviously, if you've been collecting McFarlane toys, so you probably have a lot of half of the figures that's out here, as I do. But I did decide to buy this. So let's see. Guys, I'm not sure. I'm not much into the box showing, but I'll show you this one. It's got some nice embossing over here, so that pretty stands out on the symbol. You have the WB 100 symbol. Off to the side, again, a bigger version of the one WB 100th anniversary. Includes 5 Batman figures. This is the back of the box, where I feel like this is where it really shines. I really love the Gotham scenescape, cityscape. You have the Ultimate Batman movie collection, and then you have the 5 or the 6 figures included in this one. Honestly, if you didn't have any of these figures, this thing would be a steal. I think this was like 135 or 140, because you have 6 figures, so that's like 20 bucks each, be like 120. But then what really sold me was the bat signal. Okay, one thing to note when you're opening up this box, it almost feels like a premium box or a premium packaging. You open up like a book, but then you do see this Velcro over here, so it is kind of holding something on, but it opens up like a book. This is what you're seeing. So very nice presentation. You can literally leave these guys on and in the box. So this is one of those situations where I am going to be keeping the box, because presentation wise it actually looks pretty good. Okay, first impressions coming out of the box. I'm very impressed with these figures. Even though we already have these 3, it's definitely, I don't know why, but I just feel so much, I feel like these are better than what I've gotten so far. The box itself was kind of weird, because the one that had all the 4 figures over here, you couldn't take the tray out. You might be damaging the tray if you take it out, so I had to take off the figures out of the trays by clipping it off and then coming out. And then this side was a lot easier, the one that had the bat signal and the 2 figure ones. Anyway, so we'll start off with Keaton. We already did a similar review of this one with the Keaton Batman from the 2-pack from the there you go. The paint application on the face, it's very minimal. It's just a pale flesh colored, but you know, it's good enough. We'll do the articulation of this guy. No, we'll do it on the other ones. But yeah, it's not accurate because this cut over here, but that's fine, you know. As a toy figure, it looks just so great. It has all the features over here, from the gauntlet, the boots, the design. No Nike logos. Don't even look for it. Here's the Val Kilmer one. It even has that kind of like pearlescent coloring. So it does twist like that. Nice twist. Sorry about the movement. Nice bend forward. Nice bend back. This is really nice. That. I mean, I wouldn't say it's Val Kilmer, but I mean, only using that only upper lower half of the face is really hard to tell. Anyway, you'd be only be able to tell with the shape of the lips, and at 7-inch scale, I mean, I don't care. Nice. And then you have the fins design over here as well. Nice wide bat symbol over here. You have the design on the torso. I can't really tell if it's movie accurate. You know, you can look at the screens and everything and see, but it's accurate enough for me. This is painted differently. They're both rubber, but this one's painted differently. It doesn't have the pearlescent blue paint. Really, really nice. I mean, like, I am so impressed. I'm so happy with this one. So notice how this one, the arms really go down off to the side. I love that. I wish all of them did. Wish all the McFarlane figures did. That's one of the things I really like looking for. Oh, nice, not too loose, not too tight. Double jointed on the elbows. We did the twist. Um, it will only go up that high. Afterwards, it just goes. You can probably force it, see, but then you'd be forcing the rubber on the hips, and I'm not too keen on that. So as long as you can do that's okay with me. You have the foreign joint, double jointed on the knees, up and down on the ankle with a swivel. And then of course toe joint. Yeah, really happy with this one. Here's George Clooney's. This is also classic. You know, once the George Clooney single pack comes out, I might get two of them because look at this. Look at this torso. This reminds me of the Val Kilmer torso, the regular one. Um, you know what? No, because I think the representation is good enough in terms of the costume that I don't really need to swap out his head, especially with those fins on the side. That's not gonna match. In which case, the only thing I'd need to replace is the lower half of the face, which is ridiculous because that's small, and at this scale, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter that much. But look, they even painted the lips differently. This is more like a pale pink. Kilmer's and Clooney's more like a darker. Yep. Also goes to the side. Unbelievable. I'm gonna get the single pack, obviously, because you know I need to complete Mr. Freeze. But this is such a good looking Batman. Like I could paint it, and I could paint it with different variations. I could do the blue and gray, with the yellow and the black and the gold, because I just love this Batman. Because and the bat ears this is the kind of bat ears that I do want, and I prefer this face more than their Keaton and more than Kilmer because this has the fin. This is just a very, very classic looking Batman. I love this. This one's a little bit loose, and also because it goes to the side, the arms goes almost to the side. I do love that. So this is gonna, except for this one, I really don't like that. I feel like that's too flashy for a Batman. But everything else looks perfect. Let's see. Less on the ab crunch than Kilmer. It's okay on that. See, look at Kilmer's. Look. So I feel like that might be just, you might be able to fix it so it follows that, because it doesn't make sense that Kilmer's would be more when the cut is the same. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do a Christian Bale. All of a sudden we have a bunch of Christian Bales. I'm okay with that. The one we got previously, I feel like it's a better paint job because it's a lot more subtle. This one's a little bit more flashier. But look, this is the reason why. Let me see. Let me grab the old one. This is the reason why I prefer the cloth cape so much more. Look at how much space this is taking. And it looks nice. It's just an A stance and it's got room to breathe. But this is, look at how much this cape billows, you know. And honestly, all you need in this one is just to wire it up. Really nice choice of fabric. So yeah. Oh, shinier gold too. Or at least it is newer, so I don't know. But yeah, that's the reason why I was planning on replacing my cloth or plastic cape, because I felt like it would look better, and it does so look much more better. Here is the uh, Affleck Batman, with a lot more shinier silver, which I don't like. I think this one I'm going to go ahead and just I'm gonna go ahead and just paint it all black or all dark gray so it mimics the BVS suit, even though obviously the design isn't. But I wish this was the BVS suit, man. But I mean, there was no way he was gonna give us the BVS suit because he already have the Justice League version, and I feel like maybe he wouldn't have gotten the Ben Affleck likeness if he had taken the BVS suit, because he Affleck might not be allowing the use of his face anymore when it comes to the Batman franchise. So this is the only way we can get an Affleck sculpt. But other than that, yeah, I think I'll just repaint it. But because we already have the representation of the Justice League, or I do. So, but yeah, nice cape and everything. And this is Dark Knight. I mean the Batman version. Now the Batman version, um, I was already planning on redoing the um, the cape and everything. I think I lost it. Where is that? Yeah, I don't have. I think it's in the car. I left it there by mistake. But when I received my um the Batman figure, there were two things wrong with it. One was that this had the uncowled version, even though mine was I bought the cowled one, so this whole thing was messed up, and then this was reversed. So I had to take it apart, put it back the right way, and then this one was messed up, so I ended up just cutting it off and then trying to do a cloth cape on it, and just get to the point that's messy, and I just lost interest in it. So I'm going to use that for the driver for my Batmobile anyway. But look at all that dry brushing. That's making this whole costume stand out. Amazing. He's still missing the thing over here. It's kind of like quirky. I like the fact that they use law enforcement belt over here. Realistic. I think honestly, the dry brushing on this one kind of emphasizes the lack of detail and work that they did on the belt. So this thing is an outstanding figure already. So my bat ears are a little bit, some of them. This is softer than Clooney's. Clooney's is tight, more firmer. Yeah. So that's it for the figures. I know I'm doing this really, really quickly, but I wanted to really cut short on my reviews, so it's not too long. Uh, okay, so here are the cards. Even the cards kind of feel like premium because of the silver um, outline. Yep. These are not the ones that we've gotten so far, I think. I think these are, well, maybe they're the same. I'm not sure. But really, really nice. It's funny. I have most of the cards that I've gotten from McFarlane, I just like toss it and all that stuff. I keep it. But this one I feel like it's so premium looking that I'm being careful to touch it. Then of course you have the regular stands. You have 6 of these. Now, the one thing that really sort of made me decide to buy this was the bat signal. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm very, very amazed at the quality of this bat signal. We're going to start off with the interchangeable bat symbols. For one thing, this is like thick plastic. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting this to be like the thin, flimsy plastic. You know, the kind of plastic that's in here. Because there's really no reason for this thing to be thick. But then he did it. Like, and then the symbol itself, it's kind of the deco is a raised deco. Unfortunately, with mine, as you can see, this is the 89 symbol. It's not quite centered. Same as this one's a little bit low, and this one's probably the best centering. And then there's already one over here, the Dark Knight version. Now, when I turned mine on, it was flickering on and off, like a little bit unsteady. But so what I did was I opened up the battery compartment. I'm going to show you really quickly. And I don't know why it's designed this way. So one of the battery, this battery fell off immediately, which is kind of weird in itself. So I started taking off the two batteries, and I couldn't because it was stuck. The reason why it was stuck, let me take out the batteries really quickly. And I'm only showing this to you guys because just in case you guys are having the same issues as I am, or as I did. For some reason, they had this slot and this plastic coming a little bit out. Probably to hold the battery in. The problem is when you put in the first two batteries, it was literally holding, these two tabs were literally holding the battery slightly out. So sometimes it touches the third battery, sometimes it doesn't. That's why it was flickering. So all I did was cut off those two sides and the flicker went away. And you probably see me do battery installations before, and this is how I do it. Put first two, and then the third one I squeeze in between the two. And that's how I do my battery installation, easy peasy. Even the small ones, that trick will always work. So as you can see, the light does work. It's kind of pale, so I'm thinking maybe I might replace that with a stronger LED instead of that bulb. It doesn't even work in terms of projecting the bat symbol like it does, but very pale. So I'll try to fix that. How do you replace the bat symbol? Let's try and see. I don't think it came with instructions, so that's basically what I did. I just move it on this one. There's like two tabs over here, as you can see. Let's turn it off. And I'm gonna display Keaton's Batman. So there's no, I mean, because of the notches, it will fit in the way it's supposed to fit in. And I think I'll put it in this. I'm putting in, this is where it's printed. I'm going to put it in reverse. That way it will be protected. Because there's no other extra cover. That's literally it. And that's it. All right. Yep. Look at how much, what they did. Like really nice dry brushing technique. With silver. And then look at this base, man. Like, I can't believe they put this much attention to the base of the bat signal. Pretty hollow. I don't care. It's not really showing. It's, and then you just plug it in, right? And there it is. Wow. Turn that on. Amazing. This, I would have paid 30 bucks for this. It's cheap looking, but I would have paid 30 bucks for this. If I could figure out how to do this as wired, I'm sure there is some wire that you can replace those batteries with. I'm sure there is. Because this needs to be on a remote. That's just amazing. So this is how the cape looks like. This, I'm just gonna do it for the Keaton Batman because I've already disassembled some of these, so I know how the cowl is constructed. So you want to make So the cape's already good as it is, but you want to make it really look cool, because see how it's, when it stands up like that, it basically droops like that. So you want to make it look real cool. This is a trick you're going to do. So first, pull the cape forward like that. Pull it all, both sides, and you want to make sure it goes underneath that last thing. Where is, I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife. Be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to cut the cape or rip it or anything, but pull it close to the symbol like that. Okay. Now, it almost looks good like that, but you're not done yet. So what you want to do is pull it like that, so that when you're done, this cape should rest like that. And then you're going to tuck in all that loose fabric underneath the cowl. See how I'm doing that? It's a little bit wrinkled, so that's fine. Just slightly tuck it in there until you're left with something like that. It's still not quite resting well, so tuck it in some more. Do the same thing on the other side. Just basically all you need to do is let the cape rest like that, and then tuck in any remaining fabric underneath the cowl. Be careful, you don't want to puncture the fabric. It's kind of glued in here, so you don't want to push it this way. You want to push it all the way kind of up. Because the way this thing is glued, it's glued in the center. Then I'm just testing it. Needs just a little bit more, so I'll push it more towards the symbol. And then push it underneath the cowl again. And basically you just mess around with it a little bit, push it out like that, and then this one gets bunched in here. Just push this in like so. All right. So when I say try not to puncture the fabric, because you might need to pull it out again, and you don't want that fabric having a loose thread or anything because it caught on. See how I pushed it out and then in? Then I'm gonna mess around with up here. Now this is good. This is too out because I pushed it out too much. So I'm gonna push it back in here closer again. See how it completely changes how it drapes again by messing around with it. That one's too out, so just slightly, just slightly. This one's good, this one's not. All right. So there it is from the back. See how it drapes a little bit much better. And then if you really, I mean, to make it look a little bit better, just grab a small magnet over here and I just magnetize here so you can kind of clip it in like that. You can rearrange it a little bit more better so it droops better closer to the body. It's completely up to you, but as you can see, there's no bunching over here. It looks so much more better. So try it out and see how it goes. So there they are, guys, with the modifications of the cape that I did with the cup, with the tuck and all that stuff, and the magnets holding it properly so it's not billowing out too much to the side. Um, but yeah, overall, man, um, I'm beginning to distance myself from McFarlane stuff because of the price increases and some of the figures he's getting and a lot of repaints. But you have to admit it, once in a while he comes off with something that's just mind-blowing. This is a standard action figure toy now, but and with a pricing of basically almost $20 each for each figure. Um, that's not even including the price of the bat signal. So even if at $20 each at 120, and then this bat signal is $15 to get it more towards the 135, 140 range, that's still a really great value. Even though these three are reissues, maybe including the Batman Keaton, but man, the you don't. Maybe you can. Maybe the next step for me would be to wire the case. But honestly, um, I would be displaying it the way they are right now, like that. That's just amazing for me. So I don't even think a wired cape is necessary. I just need to make the cape look draped nicely, and this accomplishes that. So what an awesome set! I hope you guys were able to get this. Um, and I don't need to paint it up or anything like that, weathering or anything. I think it looks great as it is. So again, thank you for watching. If you stayed long enough to watch the whole video, thank you for taking your time with me. And I hope you guys have a nice day, and goodbye.